let's take a look at the Paper 65 today. Now this board does start off, oh, you know what, hold on, I have it in Canadian. $269 it starts off at. I think it can go all the way up to about $300-ish. It doesn't seem like this is out of this world pricey. In CAD, it's about 400 bucks. Dude, the US dollar is still obliterating CAD right now, dude. Now, I really liked, just for some disclosures here, first of all, I did get sent this from Wuche, so this is going to be a sponsored stream. That's never stopped me from being honest about anything from Wuche or anyone else. I really like the Paper series. I know this is not designed by Wuche, but it's still produced by Wuche. But I like this. I like the board itself. The board's a nice one. I do think this definitely varies a little bit from the Paper 80. If you guys remember that board, and if you guys want to see that board, I can maybe like in post throw a photo up somewhere on the screen. So we'll just take a look at the aesthetics of this board first, like the visuals. So as you guys can see, the Paper 65. Bit of a different aesthetic, no? Not quite the same as it was before. I mean, this is definitely different. And then we have the back, which this is reminiscent of what I remember of the Paper 80. You know, we're getting there now. It does have some like nice LEDs. It has an OLED screen here, or maybe LCD, I'm not too sure. And then we have some different colors. I think this is a, I was gonna say matrix blended with the Paper, and I think minimal matrix is a great way to put this. And then we can get through this page here, which is going to give us a lot more of what's going on. So you guys can see extras, you guys can see USD and then Canadian over here. Lots of stuff. We have an 18.9 millimeter front height, which is fantastic. We have a 7.5 degree tapping angle, pretty standard fare. And you guys can read it's either gasket or bottom mount. Bottom mount's going to be interesting. I've never been a fan of anything bottom mount, so we'll see. And then we have some, piece of paper reimagined type stuff, some flavor text to give it to the keyboard here. If you guys are interested, you guys can read that. Yeah, this should be fun. Honestly, I'm excited to do this one here today. As a millennial, I don't even know if this is millennial coded, but like this is super duper nostalgic to me. Like we have the Tamagotchi, we have some sports outside, which kind of reminds me almost of like Nintendo Wii Sports or whatever. We have arcade games, some lives over here, bubble tea, Switch. It's cute, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Whatever Studios is definitely killing it with design stuff. I really do appreciate their stuff here. I like the fact that this comes with a normal box and a hard shell. I don't know why hard shell seems like such a tough sell these days. I feel like we're regressing. Less and less companies are doing hard shells. So always appreciate that. Alrighty. So we have our PCB, we have some foam, and then we have a plate. And I believe this is the carbon fiber plate, because I think that's what I asked for. Boom, boom, boom. We'll take a look at all this and go over the layout options with the hot swap unit. Should be fun. We also have, I believe, the gasket beans or whatever these are. Yeah, little gaskets. I don't know if you guys can see those. Oh my god, my hands are dry. I'll put some lotion on here in a second. All right, then we get a little satchel for the keyboard too. I'm already a big fan of how the internals look. So we have stepped internals with a pogo pin connector. And then we also have catchball system. And again, I really liked the Paper 80. So I know I'm not going to peel it off till the very end. I really did like the Paper 80. So this is like right up my alley. Yeah, we have a little paper badge, which I don't know how you guys feel about this. I don't mind it because at least it's not plastered like anywhere else visible on the front. I don't mind it being here in the front over here. I still think perhaps a better spot for this could have been right over here. But in a way, I think it's kind of fun to have the paper logo. Like, I don't hate this. So we have a little PVD piece, which I've already mucked up with my fingers. We have our screen. And these are all separate pieces too, which is kind of neat to see. And I think these are going to be some LEDs. And then we have our other LED spot over here. All right, let's take a look at the PCB and plate too. Here is our PCB. Now, I was told these are prototype PCBs. I think they're just refining some of like the smaller details with the final versions of these. So I don't have information on that. But here we are. Here we have LEDs. Oh, these are LEDs over here too. So we have two smaller LEDs over there. We have some front LEDs. per key LEDs. Then we have LEDs in the bottom. Now, layout-wise, there ain't much. But it doesn't look like there's many options with PCB layouts. Right now, I'm like an 8 or 9 out of 10 for this, right? The PCB brings it down a point. I mean, it's not like we don't have standard options, but like, I don't know. I feel like if you're releasing a product these days, especially in the keyboard zone, like, you add a few extra things here and there, or at the very least, you do your very basic hot swap, and then you do a solder version. But yeah, to see like lack of 7U, it's not the end of the world. Like I personally, you know, I'm a little sad personally, but not the end of the world. Dude, okay, in all honesty, I'm actually trying to also ponder and word that I'm just very surprised that Wuche, and I don't know if this PCB is designed by whatever studios or Wuche, but somehow Wuche didn't intervene and was like, yo, let me give you all the options. Because Wuche's like, to give Wuche credit, they usually give us tons of options. But yeah, you can see on the plate that it's strictly for this layout. They said a lot of options you see are finalized on the IC page on Reddit, and that would be only taking suggestions for colors. If that's the case, I'm a little bit bummed on the lack of layout support here. But yeah, a little bummed of lack of support here. So please take that into consideration when you're making your purchase here. As for mounting points, I would say they're okay. I'm wondering if these two mounting points will cause any sort of stiffness. I do think they are kind of close to the, inner edge of the stabilizer. I also don't know if you really need to install them all. So before we jump to conclusions, let's make sure. Because sometimes with these like removable parts, you don't really need to worry about the mounting points as much. But, you know, from a good design standpoint, I usually feel you just don't put anything under the spacebar. I usually feel like if you want the safest route, put them right next to the spacebar. And then we have foam, which I'm probably not going to use today. Very excited to see how this would sound. Let's get some stabs. Just bought a Mode Sonnet 2026. Should I grab foam just in case? I'm always in the evidence. I'm always in the camp. If you want some options down the road for your board, buy the foam. I think the foam kit's like $10, $15. If you in 2 years are like, hey, I'm now into foamy keyboards, all you have to do is disassemble the board and then put in the foam you purchased. You don't have to like re-buy it and pay shipping again. Little Obscuras today. All right, so let's slap this in the case. I don't love the way that we have to lay these things down like this. If anything, they should have put a slot in the middle. This is easy enough though, putting the little sockets in this and the plate itself. So it just uses these little like T-shaped circular drop-in pieces of acrylic. These are easy. Okay. I think we're good. You just got to be super careful. I'm not super a big fan of the way this assembles, unless there's an easier way which I'm missing. So here is a, look at how these bottom mounts install. So interesting. It has the piece of acrylic and then a piece of acrylic again here, and the screw basically isolates itself away from the plate. I've only ever had bad experiences with bottom mounts. Let's see, maybe this will change how I think about bottom mount. Who knows? We'll do a little windbreaker today. I feel like it kind of makes sense for the paper, you know, wind, paper plane. Should be a fun combination. You and most of the community seem to like keycaps that don't in part match the color of the case, such as the ones right now. I really don't get it. I think we have fun with our stuff, and I think that's the most important thing. That's all. Well, I mean, outside of the screen, let's just not worry about that for right now. The LEDs are really bright. I mean, you can even see, like... This is no joke. This is bright. Bottom mount with Obscura switches and a carbon fiber plate. Oh wow, the alphas actually don't sound that bad. I take back everything I said about bottom mount. I need to tune the spacebar a little bit better here, but... For some reason, it's just a little bit lower on volume. Maybe thin's not the right word. You know what it's not? It's not a lot of dynamics. I don't think there's a lot of range. So maybe flattened. Because thin, usually what I associate thin with is like very like bright or just like it's narrow sounding. This has like the bass, the volume, everything, but it doesn't seem to want to rise past that. I'm very shocked that it sounds even this good for bottom mount, to be completely honest with you guys. All right, let's see what it sounds like now. Let's move this keyboard out of the way. Let's plug it back in. Yeah, these keycaps look great on this board, by the way. This sounds way better now. I can already tell the alphas have a bit more life to them. I think the standard gaskets clearly work better if you want a poppier sound. That leaves me to think though, like, who is bottom mount for? Because, okay, they did a good job with bottom mount. It's not like bottom mount is bad. But like, who is it for? Maybe with a PC plate. That's what I'm saying. Like, remember how I told you guys I think a softer plate might be actually the better answer for it? I think this is a sharp looking keyboard. I like it. Okay. So, two things about the board that I don't absolutely love. Number one, those bottom gaskets, I think they're a little bit tricky to install, and I don't think they make for a good install experience either. As good as they are, I do feel like there might have been a better solution into getting them to work. As for how that works, maybe it just needs some sort of better cap for the bottom, or just some sort of inlay to where the gasket sits, or the, technically that acrylic gasket. And then the second thing is, I'm noticing too, as I take this apart, this connector keeps popping out like this. And then every time you go to try to reinstall the board, you can't. You have to like readjust it and kind of put it back and over here, and then hopefully it doesn't pop out when you do that again. I feel like maybe they should add something here so it can like better align and not do this every single time, like not just like wanna shoot out like it's happy to see me. And I also feel like you might scratch the case doing that. Interesting. Layout as well needs work, but they've already stated that they won't work on that. Yeah, and I don't think there's much to criticize here. If you like this layout, go for it. If you don't buy it. So if you don't like the 6.25U spacebar, we've already mentioned it during the stream. They ain't changing that, it seems. So this is locked to what you see here, with the exception of caps lock and regular caps, or step caps lock. That's it. All right, though, guys, I'll bring up some of the more critical stuff with Wuche, more so PCB things. I will talk to you soon. Bye, everybody, and stay safe. Love you.